not feel the love, but they genuine. It was like issues were a problem, that everybody came together, and it was a beautiful thing. We in the world need to exhibit. Really need to get to the point where we operate in that love, and not hold on to things that basically were that really problem, right? They're ones that we kind of just magnified and made bigger, and eventually became ego at some point. It became to the point where you just didn't want to let something go. It wasn't even that it was bothering you anymore. You just didn't want to let it go. Right. And so this year just really has refocused. Man, life is short. Nothing is guaranteed down here. And so we've been able to have these events, and then even here at the church, we had a wonderful service for those that didn't get a chance to check it out on last week.
Yes, last week.
For our Christmas celebration. That's when we celebrated ours, because we specifically wanted to do this as a recap day. We wanted to look back, look down memory lane, and really be able to just say, man, God has really been amazing to us this year. So we got a few different things. One of the best experiences that I can recall, and I think we have some pictures from it if we can put it up in the feed, was from the boat trip. That's one of my favorite moments from this year. During this summer, we were able to, as a church, go out on the boat, right? And it was so fun to just be able to fellowship with the people that you fellowship with on a Sunday, but outside of the four walls of the church.
Right.
It was so fun to be it's so fun to be able to just come together outside of that, and it was a beautiful day. I was worried about it raining for a little bit, but it didn't end up happening. And so we were able to experience just a fellowship fun time. Got to eat good food, got to play some games. Some people got to know things about one another that they didn't know before. Some people got to understand that they don't know nothing about the Bible. Some of the trivia games. So it was a fun experience though. So for me, when I look back, that was one of the monumental, just dope times that we as a church have been able to experience each other and just really have an unconventional fun time together.
So it's like the Black Love Boat church version.
That's a lot. That's the way you put it.
Black Love Boat church version.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to put it. But it was really fun, man. And that was one of my top times, man. And just the amount of people that came out. I know it's not easy to expect or ask anybody to come out. I mean, anytime realistically you step out is a leap of faith. Right. But that's where it comes down to being and trusting who we serve, knowing that he's our covering. But I'm thankful that everybody still adhered to what was asked. They made sure that they were masked up to and from transport until they got the clearance once we got on the boat. And it was a fun time, man. It was a fun time. I mean, the water be watering, like it be singing. But I mean, overall, it ended up being a real good experience. And that, for me, was one of the best takeaways of this year. Going down the list, what you guys think? I mean, what was one of the turnaround times for you this year? Or one of the standout times? What do you think, Tony? What was one of the times for you this year?
For me, personally,
what you want to say?
let me get my setup together.
Yeah, here we go. I already know what you're going to say. I already know where he's going with this. I know where he's going with this.
Is it showing?
Is it showing? The drip off.
Yeah, the drip off.
Okay, you had to wear the hat again.
Yeah, I had to wear the hat.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if the cameraman can zoom in and catch that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not easy.
But yeah, man, the drip off. It was just something different. It was something fun, and for those who were not a part, basically, me and John, us being first cousins and brothers, we have a little bit of competition, not much. You know what I'm saying? We don't compete much, but friendly rivalry. And so he loves sneakers. I love sneakers, and he happened to show me a pair of sneakers that he want to buy because I was talking about like, bro, you only got like certain same kind of colors. He wasn't a very colorful person. If anybody know him, he's solids, mostly black and red.
This was my wardrobe.
Yeah, black and red.
Right here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, are you really form gang member with your vice lord? I mean, why you got all this black and red? Are you undercover blood for the Lord? But since I said that, he showed me a pair of shoes that were the most colorful shoes I've ever seen. And at first I was like, oh, that's nice, and I wasn't really feeling them. And then I saw that they had in a low top version for me, like, oh, I'm gonna get them too. Mm-hmm. So you know how it is. Men don't like to wear the same kind of stuff. Yeah. So I approached him. I said, hey man, I bought those shoes too, slightly different. Mm-hmm. Let me show you how to put your outfit together with them, and let's pretty much have a drip off. And I was just messing with him, and he actually accepted the invitation, which shocked me. I didn't think he would.
Hey, I ain't gonna shoot down from the
Oh man, the pressure's on. I really gotta find some stuff to go with this. I was just talking courtesy.
Yep.
So we got together. We had a
Uh,
I just want to say, Anthony had it easy. He
I
had
had
it
it
very
easy.
easy.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
His shoes was, he had a solid color
that's my
pair.
woman. That's my wife. Go ahead. Speak on
We
it.
had a ton of colors in our shoes.
Uh-huh.
So next time we'll have to show y'all these particular shoes.
No,
And
what
the
I found
difference
out.
between them.
What I found out next time, I gotta have stuff that light up. I've already concluded. That's how you win competitions here. If you want to win whatever you design and whatever the contest is, have something that light up. That's how you win.
No, they
Oh, yeah.
just light up.
Right.
Things that light up.
You just gotta be creative and think outside the box.
Things that light up.
You know what I'm saying? Because not
You
only
asked what the
did I
light-
have this hat,
Uh-huh.
display whatever I wanted to display,
Mm-hmm.
I also had a grill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't just stop at the hat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had
I
to
get
go to the colorful grill. You know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
you. I get you. But here's the thing: the outfit was basic, but he had no accessories. The thing is, he had no accessories. That's what it comes down to. Now, how hard it is to match up the multiple colors that I had in my shoes, because I had more colors in my shoes, and both of my shoes were different colors. I remember we should have took some pictures,
Do you
but that's
know
okay.
how hard it is to find a grill with multiple colors?
Man,
And then
not
try to
this
figure out how to
age.
put it in. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I've failed at trying to get that grill together? Like that stuff is complicated.
Man, please, man, you come right out of the comic book,
I'm
man.
just saying, it
You
wasn't
don't
easy.
hurt yourself.
No, it came color. It was multicolored teeth. You know
But
what I'm saying?
I will say
It's
this:
just-
you did your thing on that. I have no problem admitting that. You know, respect is given where it's earned. And facts, you came through. Like the grill was dope. The hat was fire. I wanted one afterwards. I thought he came in with a heart monitor on because the way he had his hat, it was like off to the side. So I was like, "Oh, you're in the heart monitor thing. You okay? I'm like, we gonna be able to do this strip off?" But it was the hat. But I thought that was so cool to have that dope color, and he put himself in as the winner. He said that he had me programmed in there too, but he had his flashing before it was even over. And so, you know, it is what it is. That was a fun time, though. It was supposed to be a redo. I don't know what happened. I think it was the second, either the youth or the mothers.
The
It was,
mother.
You know what, man? People cap. If I could say that word. And I think that's what it was. Just a little cap. You know, so people say they wanted to do it, and then when it came down to it, everybody got
They
it.
scared.
They got scared. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that happens. Sometimes people get scared and they ain't ready to step in the ring.
yeah, okay. Well, I stepped up. So,
You stepped
I
up,
said,
man.
and I said both of us were fly. I said
Yeah,
both of us had to go. Both
we
of us
actually
were
got a
fly.
picture. I don't know if you guys got them,
I don't even know.
but we do have a picture we have to show you guys and put it on the Facebook page. Me
Yeah.
and John actually did take a picture.
And so, just so everybody knows, all this week, even in this thread, if you can, I don't know if you can or you can't, but if you can't today, throughout this week, we want to take a trip down memory lane. So, if you have any pictures, videos, anything that you want to upload in regards to this past year that you find that are just dope or very memorable or just momentous to you, we want to make sure that you get it loaded up. So, if you need help or assistance with it, let us know. Just hit the Facebook Messenger or even put a comment and say, I need help. We'll make sure that whatever we can do to get it loaded up, we can do that. But we want to celebrate this with everybody. You know, I think there's something different that speaks out to everybody. And the wonderful thing about God is He's able to take the same situation and give everybody something different out of it. And so each of us that were part of these different moments took something special away from it in a different way. Maybe it gave somebody confidence to do something that they never thought possible. Maybe they saw the fact that God was moving in their lives, so now He can move in your life. Maybe, like the boat trip, you saw the fact that church is not this dry, boring place that people sometimes make it seem. Whatever it is to you, we want to make sure that you share in the celebration too. So all this week, I want everybody to just keep on posting as we transition and get ready to go into 2022. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to celebrate and to show. We had a few people that have done that so far. A few people have sent and shared some things with us. One of which is my goddaughter slash niece slash cousin. It gets real blurry with these lines with the family. Nariel, she graduated on this year. And anybody that knows about graduation knows that that's a huge milestone. And she graduated with honors. And so I wanted to give a special shout out to Nariel for sticking to the task, for ending top of class. And it was during the whole pandemic. That's not an easy thing. Like, school has changed completely, right? It's not like it was when we can go and interact. You had to do a lot of things from a computer screen and trying to keep attention, trying to keep the background stuff from interrupting you and still ending top of class. And that's a huge, huge
You
feat.
gotta be dressed. 'Cause, you know, we saw a lot of people doing virtual school.
Yeah.
Mamas didn't know the computers on. They walking through the house in bathrobes. You know what I'm saying? It got rough. Kids falling asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teachers, carry on, carry on, carry on. He in there sleep.
When they're making this up a snack. That them kids leaving to go to the microwave, eating up pizza rolls and everything else. But the fact that she was able to do that, man, that means a lot, right?
She also got scholarships too.
Come on here. Go ahead and talk about it a little bit.
Free college.
Yeah.
There's a few scholarships she got.
That is so dope. So congratulations, Nariel Tyler. We appreciate you. We love you. Great job. Listen, that's motivation for other people to transition in and out. It's a living testimony. It can be done. To the ground, what you got to do to make sure that you succeed. Definitely want to shout out to her. I know this has not been the other stuff. Maybe didn't get a chance. You see here, things, but the good thing is that you are challenging. You're here, and that the world has not seen yet, and it's waiting for you. So whatever it is that's been put on your heart, or the things that you have, though it may not seem the greatest right now, still here. That means you have an opportunity and a chance to still do something great and to still be amazing. So keep it going. Really keep it going. Yeah. For me, so fast, kind of hard to 21 ending. But a couple of other memorable. Just because I was having so much fun, but and you know, obviously impacted a bit. You know, cautious. We were double masking up and face shielding if we got on the plane, putting on as much protection as possible. But what was your favorite trip out of all of them?
I say Myrtle Beach.
Is it Myrtle Beach? Really?
Yeah, water. Yes, that's me.
What's your favorite one?
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach was fun. It was really fun. Our partner in crime, my sister, we go almost every locally, nationally, but we are partners. There's great opportunities. A lot of times, all she had to do was say, "Hey, I'm going here." We're like, "We're going too." And so we were able to participate in some wonderful trips. We went to Myrtle Beach, Niagara Falls, which, man, some things in nature just make you appreciate God that much more. And just being in front of that huge body of water, we even got my brother to go, and he don't go nowhere with us. But he was even able to come with us, and he went to Niagara Falls, and we got a couple vehicles. It wasn't as far of a drive as we thought. It was like 9 hours, and so we were able to go there and just experience this just huge display of natural beauty. The water, it was just, even though it wasn't like, you know, amusement parks and all that stuff, just being in awe of that amazing stuff was like one of my favorites. And peaceful, but it was, so, you know, balance it out. Beautiful trip, and we enjoyed going there. And travel with family is a wonderful thing. Memories. I'll tell you how blessed they are. I really started thinking, we get so caught in appreciate things that courtesy and grace. We have to stop and appreciate it, you know. And so I really wanted them to have a different perspective this year, because we become real in our prayer life. We get so fixed. I start to think about for me in my life. Real quick, and that life became a life lesson that happened in the to me. Like even those trips, learn on each one. Gratitude this year, how to be grateful in spite of, you know, because in everything the Bible says for us to give thanks, and that's not an easy thing. I spoke a sermon earlier this year that said you literally got to practice being grateful. Like you have to practice being grateful, because the default setting a lot of times for people is to complain. Because when things ain't going the way you want them to, or things ain't lining up the way you want them to, most often we like, yo, this ain't for me. But sometimes we just gotta stick through it. You know, you gotta go through that adversity. You gotta go through that challenge. You gotta take your lumps, because you become resistant to it in the future. And what broke you before won't break you again. You develop an intolerance. And I'm thankful for those lessons that have been learned throughout the year. And so, you know, yeah, we're not out the woods. We got, like you said, the Marion, the Marion variant that's out here. But, you know, we just gotta encourage everybody again. Please do your due diligence. Be safe. We're not anti or pro vaccine. We ain't coming on here for a PSA of any sort, but just use wisdom and please be conscientious of other people. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in what's cool and comfortable for us, we don't think about other people.
Facts.
You know, for me personally, it doesn't matter if I believe in a mask or not. If it would help set your mind at ease and help you feel better and feel more comfortable and possibly help save a life, there's no problem to do that. You know, I don't want us to get so fixated on the fact that it's an inconvenience to me, so I don't even care about what it's doing to you. You know, we got to be conscientious of that, and I really wanted to make sure everybody is using wisdom and compassion as we go through this time together, because we are in this together, and we got to make sure prayerfully, as God leads, that we are doing what's necessary, you know, to try to help get this number down and make sure that we do our part, regardless of everything. You know, this has also been, I think, a year of blessing, you know, for a lot of people. God has done some supernatural blessings for people. One of our members, Janae, she, you know, heads up the praise dance team here. She works diligently and faithfully, and it reminds me of a saying that says, you make moves in silence. I probably badgered that up, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. You know, you make power moves in silence, something like that. You know, sometimes you don't see or hear what's going on, but that's because somebody is bettering their situation and working towards putting themselves in a bigger and more positive light. Right. And so, Janae has a testimony. We'll let it play in regards to with the pictures and the audio, because I feel it's best to always hear from the person themselves. Okay. And, God really blessed her in a major way this year. So if we have that ready, we want to play that audio and video just for a moment of the testimony to what God is doing this year. Okay. You know, I don't like giving people's testimonies for them. We get it loaded up. Absolutely. Appreciate my brother coming in today to give us the 80s sitcom theme music today.
This is Manuel Janae. 2021 has been quite a year. One of our biggest milestones this year was buying our first home. Yay. A lot of people ask, what did we do or how did we do it? Well, first off, we learned that what is meant for us will come with patience, a lot of praying, manifesting, and putting in some work as far as like credit, savings, and not settling for less. I feel like this is just the beginning for us, and we're forever grateful and thankful to God. Happy New Year's, everyone.
All right, that is so dope. That's huge. Like, and that house is fire.
The transformation, though.
Yeah, hold the mic up because you like
from what they came into, their transformation from their home, from what they came into, and the work that they put in.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it is stunning. It is amazing.
Right. I mean, let's give a shout out to just them even taking the time to know the decorations and see the vision. Because, you know, even in that, like I said, there's life things that echo in the spiritual. You know, seeing the vision, it may not look like what you want yet, but if you believe, if you put the work in and you put the effort in, it can manifest and become what you want it to become. Right. And so it's a wonderful thing that even in our everyday life, man, when we see these blessings, we're able to take something that goes beyond just this moment. You know, so one thing they'll say, they saw the potential. Even when they saw the house, it didn't necessarily appeal the way they wanted it to, but they put the grit in, the effort in, the energy in. Like, that's an encouragement to anybody, not just in a house, but anything. Sometimes you got to see the value beyond what the moment looks like.
Exactly.
You know, and that's a wonderful just encouragement for everybody. And so, you know, we see that God is still doing great things even throughout this year, even in the pandemic. You know, it just takes really being strategic, monitoring your moves, keeping your head down, doing what's necessary, putting in the work, and being consistent. People act like consistency is a bad word now. But consistency is so important in so many things that we do, right? You know, at the end of the day, a lot of people have great starts. You know, they have great ideas and great plans, but when the consistency don't match with those plans, you find a lot of ideas on the side of what could have been. right? And you find a lot of vision that's just cast to the side. So, man, go get it. If God gave you something and you have the desire to see yourself in a different place, if you know God has given you that purpose, go after it. You know, go get it. Go get it. I mean, there's a lot of different things. I mean, for those that don't know, I have some very gifted people that are sitting up here on this panel with me. You know, we have, of course, my lovely wife who she's like a princess of all. She does a little of everything. I mean, and she's just so creative, and I've always been so proud of the beauty that she creates on just basic stuff. Like, she'll take 3 toothpicks, a bottle of water, and some tape, and make a masterpiece. I don't even know how she does it, but she's able to create something just visually that's beautiful. And then she has a wonderful journey. We'll take this moment just because I know you've been on a health kick, and she looks phenomenal. As you see, she's been dropping a lot of weight, and for some people, that's their testimony this year. You know, being a better version of themselves, getting healthier. And how does that make you feel as far as your energy level, as far as being able to do some things that you couldn't before? You know, how has your journey really made you feel better about yourself overall?
I don't want to get emotional, but that segment and what Pastor is talking about, it really gets to me because I allowed myself to get away from me, and I didn't feel comfortable with me. I didn't, like the outlook of what I've seen. But to change that, well, like Pastor was stating, what were you just saying as far as the consistency?
Yeah.
When you find the consistency and the routine and knowing how you want to process things in life, you make those things first.
Absolutely.
And I continue to make that first in my life just to make sure that I'm taking care of me. Because who gonna take care? I mean, I know my husband will and my children and my family, But if you're, not taking care of yourself, you'll lose yourself. And if people don't see you taking care of yourself, they won't take care of you either.
That's so true.
So I mean, but with this journey, I was 345 pounds. I'm currently now 295.
Come on here. Woo,
All
woo.
right, all right.
So I am so grateful, and there's a few others that has been on this weight loss journey with us, and not only my husband. There's a couple of others that's joining in this journey, and as we continue to strive, we gonna start getting the fitness thing going.
Yeah. So expect it 2022.
Yes.
IDC
so we
boot
all
camp.
be in this together.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's my testimony, and I'm truly grateful. And
That's awesome.
through it all,
Congratulations.
God was with me because I really took it to Him first.
Absolutely.
And that's who you always take it to. You take it to God first.
Yeah.
And I took it to Him. I was like, I don't like myself. I don't like where I'm going. Can you please help me?
Yeah.
And from there, there was things that have helped me throughout this journey. I don't know if it's okay to speak on it, but I'm currently a distributor of a drink that's called Drink the Shrink, and that's one of the things that I sell, but I also take because it's helping me with my process and my journey, and also the meal plan. Even if I didn't have the drink, I had the meal plan, and made sure that I stuck to it, even when I didn't have the funds to, drink the, when people don't have the funds, there's still other things that you can do to keep on that journey.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
One thing I like about what you said and how transparent you just were, you know what I'm saying, by putting your highest weight out there and your current weight now, because that's not something a lot of people would do. You know what I'm saying? I love the way that you're saying that not only do you sell the product, you also take the product. Because a lot of times when you look at these Instagram models, you know what I'm saying, they're advertising flat tummy tea and gummies and all that. Ain't took nan tea or nan gummy. You know what I'm saying? Already, they done went to DR, got the body, came back and, hey, you know what I'm saying? But you're actually doing it the right way.
Yeah.
That way people can trust and believe in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We just got to see a product finish and say, okay, well, where was the journey? You know what I'm saying? Because black people, we got to see the journey. Before we jump on anything, we want to see, okay, did it really work? Is it really working? We don't want to just see you already finished, standing there with the product. So I can really appreciate that, and maybe I'll try to buy juice, I don't know. What is it called? Drink the shrimp. Sorry.
Drink the shrimp.
Drink the shrimp, maybe I'll try it, you know what I'm saying? Because I can actually say, okay, I see somebody who is doing it. And you see some actual real results. And you're showing those real pictures because I've seen them. So I applaud you for that.
And before I became a distributor, I made sure that I was the example, that I was the one to, no, I'm not going to post anyone else. I'm not going to post nobody. I will
Absolutely.
moments
Right.
as well.
For real.
But I and my husband and family, when we
Yeah.
go to the gym, we're all taking pictures and
Doing it
making
together.
sure
Yep.
that all of that is showing,
Yeah.
and not just, you know.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, it's like when people can, do it, it is a wonderful thing to be able to join in together. And I mean, I can't say enough how proud I am of you and your journey and that you're still doing it, because, people have pitfalls, you have some moments of weakness and you have some areas where sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm not getting the results that I want to. But that's again where you can get that or that stagnation where you feel like, okay, nothing is happening, so I'm just going to give up or stop. But you didn't do that. And it's like when you pushed past that moment, that's when stuff really just started dropping. And that's something that's again a testament to many people. And I want to kick it off with a little bit of trivia in regards to one of the questions. We prepared some things for people that are tuning in, and we want to see how many people really been rocking with us throughout this year, and how many people been aware of the different stuff going on. So the trivia question we're gonna kick is: what member of IDC spoke as one of the 8 speakers at the 8 is Enough conference? So I want you to put your answer in the comment section so we can see who wins. I ain't got no prize for you. You just get bragging rights that say that you got the answer right. All right, no, I'm just playing. Actually, will be a few prizes as we record it, so we want to make sure somebody can record who's the first person that responds with the correct answer. And we got a special gift for whoever responds with the correct answer first. Not anybody that's on the panel, so none of us can cheat and do that, all right? But, there have been a lot of fellowship opportunities that we've had this year. We even got outside the walls and had it in a park.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We had it in a park, and that was so cool. It was ourselves. It was called the Glory Encounter. Now, I don't know if we got any information about that at all to share with the post, but the Glory Encounter was an event that was laid upon the heart of Bishop Randolph Nichols. Shout out to Bishop Nichols at STEM. Bless you, man of God. He's a constant encourager. He's a constant force behind the body, trying to bring people together and bring churches together. And so we want to make sure that we give him his due diligence, because it was a wonderful opportunity for churches that some of which never fellowship together to come together. I think there were 8 of us that came together. And we had service in the park, and my God, it was so great seeing people from the neighborhood and from the area that would come through and saw us praying and just having service, and they just set up their chairs and whatever else, the blankets right outside there. There was a giveaway for kids for school supplies. It was just a wonderful opportunity, man, and that's such a great feeling as a ministry when you serve, and you're able to get into the community and the neighborhood and really be able to give back to the people that you're parishioners over and that you serve. And so it was a wonderful chance, a wonderful opportunity. Yeah, my battery didn't die. It was a wonderful opportunity to just be able to come together. And so we're very thankful for that chance, and we had a revival, and we were able to come. We fellowship with a lot of churches this year. We were able to fellowship with St. Paul, Church of God in Christ, of course, under Superintendent Walter Fields. What up, big bro? We bless the Lord for him including us in on that one. And then Morris Cathedral, Superintendent Levins. Brothers came together and put together a wonderful, wonderful refreshing during September of this year. And just, man, and that's what I'm saying. When I look back, so much happened. It just seems like it was a different year. I mean, so many things happened within this time frame, and it went so quick that it's almost hard to believe what was going on. It's so hard to believe that we are at the end of this year. That's what's amazing to me. But it's definitely been time well spent. We want to check in. Did we get any answers of who the first person? Well, who recorded who the first person was? We disqualifying Victor Kilpatrick. He does not count because he's here working.
Yeah, bro, you don't count.
So that don't count.
That don't count.
But the reason why is because we don't know if he's able to see the answer sheet or not. And so Nicole is the first person that answered the question correctly. So Dejanay, look through your cash app throughout the day. We're gonna hook you up with a special little prize bonus. He's gonna really pull his hands on that. If y'all can see him off camera right now, he got some fight in his eyes. He like it ain't fair. But listen, man, it's gonna be another opportunity for you, Brother Kilpatrick. Be encouraged in the Lord. Dejanay Smith is our winner for that particular trivia question. Tony Cole, man, what do we have to look forward to from Tony Cole in 2022?
Man, I'm actually working behind the scenes on a couple of things. I've been hearing all the rumblings and the grumblings, especially about, hey, when we get another play, when we doing this.
Yep, I was one of them. Yep.
Yeah,
I put it out there. It was me. Mumblings and grumblings came from me.
Listen, I have not been ignoring you guys. I really have been working on a plan, and 2022 is the year that I really want to come back out a little different, a little bit more up to date. So just know that probably the first quarter of the year, we're going to be dropping a lot of stuff
Yeah, that's a small break.
Take a break sometime, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm feeling motivated again and inspired again to try to do it. So I want to do it on a different level, and I want to be current and relevant. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I am behind the scenes working on a couple of things in 2022. So you're definitely going to see a lot more entertainment coming from me as far as that area of entertainment. So.
You got to, man. Listen, Tony Cole, like, dude, first of all, aside from being one of the funniest people that I know Brother Vic give him a run for his money. Like, dude is ridiculous. And Micah, like, we got some hilarious people that are in the circle. That'll be dope. But I've been pushing it, and Micah off camera, but listen, Micah, you know what, come show your face, because I've been getting on him too, about some writing. And listen, when you have these gifts, you got to use these gifts. Yeah, come on. Right. That's right. What you got to say, Mike? What you got to say? Yeah, exactly. Walk away in shame. Now we have, these gifts that they have is so dope. Like, they really have such a gift to tell the stories that they tell. And just to just see the different stuff. I'm looking at some of the previous plays and scripts that y'all have done. And listen, it was one thing, and I didn't get a chance to load these videos. Michael was outside the church in his Papa J outfit, washing the windows. It was hilarious. We're going to post that one before this week is over. Like, this man was outside in full Papa J uniform. And for those that don't know Papa J, you're going to get to know him sooner than you think. He was outside in his uniform. I'm sure people had to be thinking, who is this man that was hired to wash y'all windows? Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I'm just looking at some of the, yeah, I know they did. But just seeing just the creativity, man, of the people we have, and just, I really want to see that on display and see people walking gifts. There's so many different things that can be a holdup or a holdback from moments that can really open up our whole future. But if we're too scared to take them, or, other things set us back, it can cause us a lot of issues down the line. And I just want people to walk into their calling, man, like really walk into their purpose. So I'm excited to see what 2022 has for you guys, and, just to see the collaborations and the scripts and everything else like that, man. It's going to be really something wonderful to behold. We recently had a pretty dope experience too. It was something we had never done before. And I want to show a few pictures and different things from this one. For Christmas, we decided to kind of make it a double fun event. So we had an ugly sweater Christmas here at IBC.
Oh, yes.
And again, this week, I pray I didn't offend anybody, okay?
I wanted to say that was my memorable moment.
Okay.
Was the ugly sweater. And to see those that had ugly sweaters, I'm like, oh my goodness. And the mothers.
Come on,
showed
man.
out.
For real.
Yeah, we got some pictures
I
with
know
them.
there's some pictures that's displayed.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like really people, you see the creativity of some, like some made an ugly sweater. Some accidentally wore ugly sweaters, and some, really went the distance. And again, not throw shade or nothing, but it always seems like the people with stuff that lights up be the winners. I'll just say that again. I gotta say it again. Because it's mighty coincidental.
That's not true.
It's mighty coincidental that people stuff that was lighting up won this competition too, just like the first one. And I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna leave that in 2021, so you ain't gotta worry about me saying it no more. But just want to throw this out. We had the ugly sweater winners, which were our mother Lucy Burtz and Sister Tracy Connor. And they represented down to their feet. Like from the head to toe, they had lights on hats, lights on sweaters, socks that looked like candy canes, elf shoes. They went in. And they had jingle bells all over their sweaters, like they really went in. And it was such a fun thing that bridged generations. Because everybody participated. Young, in between, less young, really less young. And everybody participated. And it was a really, really nice experience. And then we might just go ahead and mess around and let that be the case every year. It was really nice to take it up a notch. Really just put a focus in on that. And the wonderful thing I love about IDC is the family dynamic. A lot of times you can get to a church, man, and you can feel like you didn't really get, a family vibe or family dynamic. One thing I can always appreciate when people come here, when they visit here, when they stop in here, is they feel the love as a family. And just like any family, you're going to have some disagreements. You're going to have some things that you don't always, see the eye to eye on. But at the end of the day, I think we as a church do a great job of being able to work through it, to communicate through it, and still have peace with one another at the end of the day. And that's a wonderful thing. I want to say another one of my favorite moments. Listen, there was a wedding this year. And it was, and this is maybe weird to say, it was one of the funnest weddings that I've ever had the opportunity to facilitate. Our brother Micah White and our now sister Kiera White. Got wed in
Alright.
holy matrimony on this year. They here, they part of our live studio audience. They out here, so if you hear some whoops and some cheers here and there, they were wed this year. And listen, it was a comedy act at this wedding. Anybody that knows, Micah has no sense. If you ever see Micah, you got to realize that he has little to no sense at all. Okay, so at any given moment, you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. You don't know what he's going to be dressed as. You really don't know. I pray for Kiera day and night. I make sure that she is covered to be able to handle the task that is Micah. Everybody has a different burden that they're charged with carrying throughout their life. Hers is Micah. Hers has a name. Some of us know what our burden is. Her burden is Micah. We know that. And we are praying for her to have strength and to be able to continue on. But we have some footage from this beautiful ceremony. It was so dope. I mean, it was really, really nice. And it was a lot, and I'm sure with every wedding, there are things that stress you out prior. You know, it seems like most of the things that you want to go right are the very things that go wrong. But when I tell you that once the ceremony began, how smooth everything came together, how it was light, and everybody just had love in their heart, Micah decided to make a joke on everything. But the cool thing is the whole room felt it. And it was just such an enjoyable encounter. And here they are, still hanging in, still hanging strong. Because, you know, sometimes people don't make it past a month. You know, like at the end of the day, I mean, it shows the dedication and the work that it takes to be able to put into a relationship. Relationships is hard.
Yeah.
I got a witness in the room today. Relationships are hard. Okay, whether it be husband and wife, whether it be family, like parents and kids, whether it be siblings, and whatever the case is, relationships are hard. But it's a wonderful thing when people commit their lives to being able to say, I'm going to get to know the best version of you as I show you the best version of me. And that is such an amazing experience to be able to walk through. And one thing that I shared with them throughout the entire experience was, you know, a lot of people will say 50-50, but realistically it's 100-100. You both are giving of yourselves completely. And it doesn't go into doing everything that you want. It's about how do we move. You know, it can come in most relationships, and a lot of times people will have the focus on what's in it for them, what benefits for them. But any relationship, listen, any relationship takes two parties that are willing to do the work to make it work. All right, and so that's for anybody in any level of a relationship, even with family. Some of us have issues with family members that ain't been around for years or ages. Yeah. For years or ages, and you know, you got to reconcile that. Some of us have some faults and some things that we keep bringing up and making be the problem, and the reality is we're the problem. You know, every now and then you got to take a look in the mirror and be able to reflect on what changes need to be made for a future, either with that somebody or even just for yourself. I love what my wife said, what Lady Cotton said in regards to her journey. And part of her journey was, yeah, other people were there to support, but it had to be something in her that said, I want to see a better version of me. You know, and that's what I want for everybody. I want people to be able to say, okay, I want to see the best version of me and do the work to making that happen. I want to load up another trivia question since we got that first one out. Did I get the answer to that one away already? I think I might have. Did I say where we had the park event?
They don't remember.
You said they don't remember, so I'm one listening anyway. All right, so first answer, what park was this year's Glory Encounter featured at? So what park was the Glory Encounter featured at? All right, so again, we're waiting for the first person to be able to give the answer to what park was the Glory Encounter. That is the fellowship of the churches. That's where we all came together to fellowship and to hang out. What park was that at first? Okay, we need people that are here to stop answering stuff. Just so y'all know, y'all can be disqualified, all right? Because we got the answer sheets and everything. And so, in regards to... And then, but Kim Patrick, where were you at? That would be why you wasn't there. What's South Park, really? See, that's what I'm talking about. These guys always got jokes. Why they always trying to slide some stuff in. I'm coping and joking. None of these jokes. So at this point, Lanisa Schaefer is the winner of this particular one. She got it first.
Right.
Got it first. What up, buddy? He just missed it. He came in just after Lanisa, man. You was this close, man. This close, bro. This close. But we had a wonderful time even at Washington Park. Some of the footage got corrupted because there were some issues with the streaming on that day. Listen, streaming is hard now. You know, and part of what we were doing today also, it's a dual thing, is working out some of the kinks. So as we get into the new year, we're able to see some of the different things that didn't work, that did work. We're simultaneously testing out our streaming quality as well as the audio because we're going all the way up in 2022, kicking things right off on a high note, and we want to make sure that what we have going on is done in excellence. You know, there's a lot of different things that we have planned in the upcoming year. One thing that I'm excited to announce today that'll be starting in the new year is small groups. So we're going to be kicking off small groups in the new year, themed Life Stage. So when you see some information about Life Stage, it's going to be focused on small groups, and it's a realistic way to bring certain groups of people together to build off each other and to encourage one another. So we're going to have stuff for couples, we're going to have stuff for singles, we're going to have stuff for young adults, we're going to have stuff for teens, we're going to have stuff for business owners, we're going to have different sections that show how to work together, how to navigate together, and what the Bible says about a lot of these things. And so I'm excited about this. We're going to have activities and events that we go on, trips that we go on.
Single people.
I didn't say singles, I said couples and singles.
Oh, okay.
I said as loud as this mic is, I hear that. Yeah, I said that. I said couples and singles, everybody else. What you got, Miss Potter? So we want to make sure we include everybody in. So be on the lookout. We're gonna have some icebreaker the first time to kick off. We're gonna have game nights. We're gonna have outings, trips, all kinds of different stuff. Brother Vic is over there clapping it up.
He can't come.
He loves game nights.
He can't come.
Yeah, it was about to be a fight in the church. The last game. Now, listen, it was hot. It was tense, but it ended up working itself out. So we're gonna have another one. But listen, please be on the lookout. I'm excited about that. Have a dope time with Life Stage. That's gonna be really fun. And then we have a few other things that'll be happening in the new year as well. We got some workshops that we have that we're gonna be combining and fellowshipping together with community programs and advocates with various churches. So we're going to be on the move in 2022. Just so please stay connected. Make sure that you subscribe to both the Facebook and the YouTube channels. For membership, please make sure that your text or your phone numbers are submitted so you're aware of all of the text messages and things that are going on. And we want to just be mindful that when we have stuff going on, we're better together. Amen?
Amen.
And so for you guys, as far as 2022, what moves are in place that y'all feel as far as to like, this is absolutely something I want to accomplish by year's end? Like, what's something that you absolutely have? I know, Tony, you said you're going to come out of retirement and you got some things behind the scenes. But what do you think? Is it like seeing a stage show? Is it like, what do you think is your goal by year's end?
I don't think so much the stage right now, you know what I'm saying, only because that's not kind of where my passion is at the moment. You know, that can change, obviously, but definitely a lot with film. You know what I'm saying? You know, film is kind of the way to go right now, and I really want to get into that, and I want to actually shoot this movie, man. You know, I've been sitting on this movie that I wrote for a while, and I feel like, you know, we come together and we utilize all of our resources, we can make it happen. And I would love to see before the end of the year, or at least by the end of the year, that we've shot that film and we put it out. You know what I'm saying? It do what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to keep sitting on things. I think this is the time now where we just gotta stop sitting on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stop mother henning stuff. You know what I mean? Birth that thing, put it out there, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. I think a lot of times we don't put stuff out because we're afraid of if it's gonna be successful or not. But you never gonna know if you don't do anything. So, and I'm speaking to myself first. I don't want to sit on any more things. I have so many things on my laptop that have just been sitting, and they're serving no purpose sitting in there. God gave it to me, and I assume He gave it to me to give to you. So I'm going to do that. So for 2022, man, I'm just unloading everything. Like they say, we're doing photo dumps. I'm doing play dumps. I'm doing skip dumps, whatever I got that I've been sitting on. I'm just trying to put that out there and birth that thing. You know, so that's really what I want to do before the year's end, is just unleash all that stuff.
Like, what you think? What you got planned for the year?
So what I got planned for the year is continue losing this weight. No.
That's
But
good.
my biggest thing is bringing our church mothers together to. It was one of the things that my sister had done about 3-4 years ago with bridging the gap. We're bringing that back. So woo woo, like get ready.
Y'all selling popcorn again? Y'all selling popcorn
I
again?
don't know what we're gonna do. I gotta talk to
Listen.
Sister Octavia. We're gonna have to plan this out.
Don't lose your thought, but I have to say this since you brought it up. Y'all did a fundraiser one year and y'all sold popcorn. I don't remember the name of the popcorn.
Double goods.
What is it?
Double goods.
Double good popcorn. Listen, I usually don't do that fundraiser stuff because you know the prices be so high and the product be so small. But I can honestly say that this situation was different. We ordered popcorn, and I don't remember exactly. I think it was queso blazing or something like that. And I'm not a popcorn eater personally, but we ordered it, and it was a big container of it. And I was so excited to try this popcorn. I even went to work. My grown self at work. My wife is selling popcorn for her fundraiser. She just wanted to know if y'all wanted to support. Yeah, I'm like a little kid at work going around with this booklet, you know what I'm saying, collecting money. And when my coworkers got the popcorn back, they was tearing it up. Like, oh, this good. I said, I can't wait till I get home because we got a big old container of it. And when I got home, it was gone. So, if y'all do a fundraiser this year, sell me my own stuff. I don't want to share nothing with nobody. I ain't gonna say no names.
I know how you feel about it.
Yeah. So with that being said, it will basically bring our young people together. It's one thing that I want to do with this generation, the Gen Z. Is that what they are? What are they?
Is it Gen Z?
Gen Z.
Okay,
Gen
so
Z?
with the Gen Zs, I love for them to be able to learn new things. Like Pastor was saying, there will be workshops that will be in the making, you know, to teach them how to maintain their credit, maintain their funds. But my biggest thing is I want to gather our mothers to teach our children how to cook.
Oh.
How to cook.
Yeah.
How to.
Trying to get a man.
You said what?
Sound like they're trying to get a man.
Oh yeah. So I mean, you know, they're getting older now, so
Right,
they have to learn this stuff.
Some
you
life
know?
skills.
I like
They
that.
was always, I ain't gonna say they was out in the streets, but they weren't in the kitchen when Mama and them was in the kitchen. So now we need to take their hand and bring them back into the kitchen.
Bring them back to the kitchen.
You know, because when, you know, people go, oh, we don't want to be buying JJ's. We want them to make it fresh,
Make JJ's.
you know? So,
For real.
I just, those are a few things. And just being a lady now, those are things
Yeah,
that we all like, you know, some people lacking and not knowing how to conduct their lifestyle in a mature way.
Yeah. And that was a really nice thing too. And Dejanay, shout out to Dejanay, who has done quite a few things with young women. She had an etiquette class, of course, and I'm sure there'll be more of that hopefully coming in the upcoming year. As well as she helped out with workshops with credit building and financial stuff. You know, it's wonderful to have people that have these skills and experiences and lend them to the church to partner with and help people experience a better version of themselves. You know, a lot of times that it'd be a need and a desire, but people don't always feel like what they have to offer is something that can be used through the church. And many times God uses those gifts that you have and those things that you connect to be able to open up doors and things and people that never even knew that they had it. And so it's something that we want to make sure of, that we get the support of the people and know that there are opportunities for everybody, like for everybody to be able to do. Listen, I'm gonna throw another trivia out here, and this one's gonna be a hard one. This is gonna be a hard one here.
Okay.
What? That ain't gonna be the last trivia.
Okay, well that's
I wanna broadcast that
that's
one.
a trivia.
Yeah, I'm at the last one. I want to see who's paying attention during church. I want to see who the first person is that can name 2 series that we've had this year.
Oh,
Two series.
we don't got that
that we
answer
had
sheet.
this year.
We don't got that answer sheet, so we can ask.
So yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's open to everybody in the room because there was no answer sheet because this was a curveball. So this wasn't one of the preloaded questions that we had. So first person to name 2 of the series that we have had this year.
Wait.
2 of the series. Let's get some Jeopardy music.
Come on.
What's the other one?
Oh, Michael, right off the rip with the 1. Okay, that's 1.
You have one.
Give me one. Come on, hurry up.
Got 1 and 1. See, y'all probably should have waited until y'all had both of them before posting it because now somebody can put the various ones together.
Right. Brother Big Stone.
Yep, he sold it. He got it for the win. That wasn't the best. Listen, y'all should have waited for both of them. Y'all put them up one at a time. They gave the answer away to somebody. So, well, your 1 was first, but Vic put both of them. When it came through on the thread, VIX 2 came through first. No, I mean, that was not so Michael just don't like it.
Hey, you gotta blame it on the
Yeah,
algorithm.
that's iPhone.
It's the
That's
algorithm.
iPhone. Yep, that's iPhone's algorithm.
No, ain't no iPhone's
That's
algorithm.
iPhone's algorithm.
Android.
Hey, what got to the feed first. So, yep. So, Big Kilpatrick, man, see, I told you was going to have an opportunity before the day was over. There we go. Listen, well, Mikey, you was late, so you don't sit over there. You disqualified off that one. Go over there. You're going to have another opportunity. All right.
Praise his name.
Yeah, see, Brother Vic be paying attention. He be watching. He be listening to the stuff going on.
He don't watch nothing. He cheated.
He be watching. He be in the comment section. We've had a few different ones going on this year. We're going to end it on this one that was submitted by the room. I don't know why they chose this trivia question. It's going to be the last one. And we're going to wrap up. And I don't know why I got to be the one.
And they're not involved.
Yeah, y'all back disqualified on this.
That's all right.
Oh, so family members. Hey, this is kind of hard, though, because family members are going to know this.
Hit my
Say
cash app.
family members.
Family members are going to know this.
Okay.
Don't forget to hit.
This is disqualified.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be selective.
Don't forget to hit my cash app, Pastor.
I got your cash out,
Oh,
man.
okay.
So, what is
Make him pay his tithes with it.
what is? I don't like this question. It's too easy. What is Pastor Cotton's middle name?
Oh.
Family excluded.
Yeah.
No family can answer. What is Pastor Cotton's middle name? I'm sorry, middle name.
What's my Mitchell name?
Talking like I'm from the country.
Yeah.
That's her name.
It would have been better if y'all did what is my childhood nickname. It would have been better like what's my childhood
You know
nickname.
what though? I don't think a lot of people gonna get this. That's not family. So this may be a good question.
Jimmy. Brother Victor Kilpatrick is fired.
No family.
No family.
We
man.
clearly just said no family, and it's always my daughter.
Yep.
He works it.
When you tell her she wasn't watching, she wasn't
Exactly.
watching.
This much chimes in every now and then. Jimmy, Tyrone, Lynette. Oh, y'all play too much. Jimmy, Tyrone, Lynette. Oh. Where y'all going with these middle names? With these middle names? These are ridiculous.
Brother Joseph, you know?
I think.
I'm gonna give it to Bonnie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think he should get it. 'Cause he's the only one that's
You brought the
non-family.
question to me.
That
Michael
answer.
brought the question to me. Yeah, Bonnie get this one.
He's non-family. He didn't answer.
Bonnie get this one. The other people's family.
He wasn't even confident. He said, I think.
It doesn't matter. The answer was right.
It was right.
The answer was right. All right, so we got Bonnie. For the winner, congratulations,
Right.
Bonnie. Change it, please. Oh, yeah. So we got our prize winners. Everybody know who they are. So check our cash apps throughout the day. We got a little something coming for y'all for participating in the trivia. Listen, we want to make sure that everybody is mindful about what's going down. IDC, y'all be mindful of knowing what's going down. So here's where we're at. So for New Year's, we are going to have a huge celebration on the first Sunday of the year. And so we will have our New Year's celebration in conjunction with our first Sunday service. So I know it's a little different than normal. We won't be coming together on New Year's Eve. We're going to put all the effort and energy into that first Sunday, and we're going to make a super Sunday.
All right.
So first Sunday, let's come out. We'll be back in the building. It will be back in person, so it's not going to be virtual. That one will be in the building. And listen, bring some folks, tell some folks, share with some folks. We're going to be out here, and we are going to build it up for the new year. So we're going to have a dope celebration. Service time will be what it normally is at 11:35. Listen, keep us in prayer constantly. We thank everybody for everything that they've done throughout time and constant support of the ministry. We don't want to miss the opportunity to be able to sow into good ground. So as usual, we do have our electronic options for sowing. We have Givelify. So you can search for International Deliverance Center through Givelify. We also have our Cash App, which is the $ IBC Give. So you can give electronically that way, or you can even mail in a check or money order to IDC, 4328 West North Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53208. And listen, we need faithful supporters. We need to give because on this year coming up, we are going to be out here really sowing into people. And we want to make sure that we have the means to do so. We need your help to do so. So we thank everybody that has been a faithful supporter of IDC over the years. But this year, we're looking to do bigger, better, and greater. We want to be consistent with this thing, and we're going to set the pace early on in the year and continue to maintain or exceed it. So we want everybody to continually stay prayerful, stay supportive, show compassion, show love. God bless you all. We thank you for tuning on today, and we thank everybody for being a part. Special thanks to my boy Tony Cole and my lovely wife, Lady Christy Cotton. Special thanks to my brother Maurice Cotton, Cotton J Recording, for helping keep things moving. Of course, to our video team, Vic Kilpatrick, Xavier Colbert, stepping in today, who edited the videos and uploaded the photos, brother Michael White. And we are so thankful for everybody that has played any part in their support throughout this year. God bless you. Happy belated Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. We will see you in 2022, and we will be celebrating and blowing the roof off IDC on 24th and North Avenue. God bless you. God keep you.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you.